Welcome to the Be a Better Boss podcast, the place where CEOs, business leaders, managers, and entrepreneurs can become a better boss.
Hello and welcome to the Be a Better Boss podcast, the place where we transform the world by transforming the workplace. Today, we are going to be talking about the corporate hustle culture. Here's the truth. Success is not about working harder, it's about working smarter. And if you're smart, you need recovery. Elite athletes understand this, and they understand that rest isn't a privilege, it's a necessity. So why is this concept missing from the workplace? Why do long hours, burnout, and exhaustion all trump recovery? Well, let's find out. First, let's look at why recovery is so crucial. Whether you're an athlete or an employer, your body and your brain operate on the same principles. Recovery allows you to recharge your energy. Sleep and downtime restore your body and brain, improving focus, decision making, and resilience. Strengthen your mind. Recovery reduces stress and improves emotional regulation, making it easier to handle challenges, and you prevent burnout. Overworking leads to diminishing returns, while recovery ensures sustainable performance. A study published in the Journal of Sleep found that people who slept fewer than 6 hours a night were significantly less productive than those who slept 7 to 9. Another study in the Harvard Business Review showed that employees who took regular breaks are more engaged and more creative. So, in the sports world, and hopefully one day in the business world, recovery isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. If you're skeptical, just look at the world's top athletes. LeBron James sleeps 8 to 10 hours a night and credits his longevity in the NBA to prioritizing rest. Usain Bolt, the fastest man in history, has said that recovery was just as important as training. Elite athletes understand that pushing too hard without rest leads to physical injury and mental burnout. The same has to be true in the workplace. Pushing human beings, employees, to their limits without allowing recovery leads to mistakes, disengagement, and turnover. Why does corporate culture glorify the hustle? So why isn't recovery a priority in the workplace? Traditional corporate culture glorifies hard work, long hours. It's seen as a badge of honor. Taking breaks is often misinterpreted as laziness. Here's the irony. This mindset reduces productivity in the long run. Constant hustle creates stress, which impairs decision making, creativity, and even your health. The workplace equivalent of overtraining an athlete is making them hustle until they burn out and can't perform. Athletes avoid overtraining. Employees need to avoid over-hustling. If your team is to succeed, you need to prioritize as a leader their recovery. Here are some actionable strategies that can bring the power of rest into your workplace. Simply running trainings or educating your team on the importance of sleep. Promote sleep health. Share resources like Huffington's The Sleep Revolution, and avoid early morning and late night deadlines. Encourage breaks. Institute a 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, take a 20-second break to go and check in on something 20 feet away. Maybe it's simply a glass of water, maybe it's some breath work, maybe it's some power posing. But create designated break areas where employees can relax, recharge, and as we've spoken before, meditate work on body language, engage in some breath work, fill in their self-talk journals. Build this recovery into the workday. Introduce focus hours where employees can work uninterrupted, followed by recovery periods. Allow for flexible schedules so that employees can work during their most productive hours, not the, in inverted commas, traditional business hours. Encourage activities like walking, yoga sessions, mindfulness breaks, gym memberships, and offer subscriptions to wellness apps like Calm or Headspace so employees can de-stress during work time. It shouldn't be an out-of-office action to de-stress. The workplace should be supporting this. Recovery is not just about avoiding burnout. It's about optimizing performance. When you rest, you improve your ability to focus and solve problems. You enhance creativity and innovation. You build resilience to handle challenges effectively. It's not just for athletes like LeBron James. It's for everybody. Everyone can benefit from rest. Let's turn to philosophy for a moment. Aristotle believed in the importance of eudaimonia or flourishing, which comes from balancing work with rest and reflection. Even ancient thinkers understood that life and work isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Modern workplaces ignore this wisdom. They're too busy chasing quarterly targets and thinking about short-term success to prioritize the long-term health, well-being, and growth of their company. If you want a thriving business, you need thriving employees, and thriving employees need rest and recovery. The current hustle culture is not sustainable. If we transform the workplace, we need to embrace the power of recovery. As leaders, we must create environments where employees can rest, recharge, and perform to their best. Just like massive sporting institutions like the LA Lakers do for their players. Recovery is not a sign of weakness. It's one of the secrets to success. I am not suggesting that employees shouldn't work hard. Hard work is a standard, but being pushed for more and more and more because your workplace is a company that doesn't necessarily provide psychological safety, pushing yourself harder and harder and harder to hit target after target after target is the equivalent of an elite athlete training and training and training until they become injured. As leaders, we must create environments where employees can rest, recharge, and perform at their best. As I've said, this isn't a sign of weakness. It's a secret to success. And you have to create the psychological safety in your workplace to encourage efficient work, not just relentless hard work. I've shared this message with many athletes. Hard work is just a standard. Efficient work is where you really get smart and you're able to take yourself to the next level as a human, as an athlete, or as an employee. So let's help our employees get efficient. Let's use some strategies that are potentially detailed in my up-and-coming book, The Administrative Athletes, Lessons from the Locker Room to the Boardroom. Download a free sample at my website, ianhighfield.com. Keep your eye out for my newsletter. Thanks for listening, and remember, rest isn't a break, it's part of the process. I'm Ian Highfield. Until next time, be a better boss.
Thank you for listening to